Y'all, the way this episode ended, you would think it was a season finale. I don't think it is, though. Seems like to me they would have put a message up on Paramount. But anyway, where we left off, Geneva comes home after she got done talking to Javon and arguing with him. Comes home, sees William and a sex worker putting on their clothes in the living room. So first thing she does is lunges at the sex worker, right? Doesn't do nothing to William first. She jumps at the girl. It's like, how do you know what this woman knows, right? So of course the girl leaves. Her and William get into it naturally, right? Now you can tell she's fueled from her encounter with Javon. Like if she would have came home any other night, I think she would have been mad, of course. But I think it made it extra bad because she was already mad, hurt or whatever. Had her little heart broke with Javon. So she gets in there, and I wrote this down. She slaps him, throws a vase across the room, throws another vase, which kind of grazes him, slaps him again, then busts his head with a vase, right? So he's looking, he biting his lip, like, you know what? I can't take this no more. Backhand slaps her, right? Yeah, all right, so I hit you, so what? You smacking me around and shit, blah, blah, blah. So there's a knife in the living room. I'm assuming him and the sex worker were cutting up some apples or something. This woman takes the knife, stabs William in the chest. Now, I've never been too good at anatomy and all of that, but I know that stabbing somebody in the chest is very serious. You have your heart in there, you have your lungs. Like, you're really trying to kill somebody, I feel like, if you're stabbing them in their chest versus like their arm or thigh or something. So he's holding his chest crying. Well, not crying, but I mean, you get stabbed, you're going to be making noises and stuff. And she dramatically, slowly walks out. Mind you, this whole situation is her fault. Like, girl, had you have been faithful, none of this would have ever happened. William got with that sex worker because he was hurt / drunk. He wanted to get you back. Now, if you were faithful and you came home and saw him with a sex worker, okay. But I mean, I'm sorry, I can't blame William. But like I said, the only issue I have is the fact that the child was in the house, and it's like, why would you take the chance on your daughter getting up in the middle of the night, she wants a cup of water or something. She come in the living room and see her dad screwing another woman. It's traumatizing enough if she were to come down there and see you and your wife screwing, because don't nobody want to see their parents fucking, right? That's like total traumatic experience. But to see your daddy with another woman, now, with all this going on, you got vases being thrown, yelling, people screaming. I'm surprised the little girl didn't wake up. But sometimes things aren't always realistic in movies and TV shows. I'm like, in real life, ain't no little kid sleeping that damn hard where you can have 3 vases being thrown, people getting stabbed and slapped, and you not wake up. So we go from that scene to Jeff's crazy, but Rashida asked him last episode, she was like, have you ever looked at another woman and thought that you want to sleep with her? Now, I want to say this before I continue with that scene. Why would you ask your husband that? First of all, just because you're married to somebody does not mean that you're going to go blind and quit being attracted to people. I don't even think it's not I don't think it's abnormal to maybe even have a little crush or have some feelings for somebody while you're married. I think that's just part of being human. It happens. Having an affair is a choice, though. That's something you choose. But I mean, girl, I'm pretty sure he's looked at women and been like, man, just like you've looked at other men and been like, man, that don't mean you're going to do it. So anyway, she asked him that and he's like, yes, there is someone else. Now, I caught on pretty quickly that he was fucking around with her. I caught on pretty quickly because, first of all, it went on for too long. He's like, she goes to the church. You know her. She got pregnant twice. And the whole time he's saying this, you could see him kind of cutting out the side of his eyes, trying to gauge her facial, her reaction, her expression, because he's kind of looking straight ahead a little bit. And I'm like, Rashida, now you know this man straight up playing with you. And he said, I got her a ring. Went in the drawer and got out that red. Because I didn't know who Dirty Red. I thought Dirty Red was like a nickname for her, vagina. I didn't know it was like a character that she, likes to play with her husband. He pulled out that red wig and she was like, you? I'm like, Jeffrey or Jeff. I don't know if his name is Jeffrey, but Jeff, you almost got stabbed like William's ass playing around like that. But I thought that was cute. I'm glad that was put in there. Tyler Perry put that in there because it's good to see married people on screen having fun with each other and still having the fire in their marriage. Now, last year when the show came on, they had their little issues, where she felt kind of, I guess, emotionally neglected in a way. But it's good to see that out of everybody, Rashida and Jeff relationship is cool right now. Everybody else is the one having problems. But I just thought that was cute. But yeah, Jeff, don't do that anymore unless you want to get hurt. Because Rashida looks like she does not play at all. So the police call Grayson and tell him Franklin is dead. Like I said last video, I don't feel like Franklin is dead. I feel like Franklin and Hakeem teamed up, and I think he was like, look, I'll take some pictures, make it look like you shot me. I'll give you the money. I want to bet whoever's watching this so bad, but I don't know what to bet. But I bet you Franklin's still alive. So, he's with his girlfriend, and when he gets the news, and so he goes, he immediately tells the police, it's my mom, she did it. I got video footage of the guy. It's like, Gracie, even though she is the one behind the quote unquote murder, but just because you see somebody breaking in the house does not mean he just wants his mom to be guilty so bad. So when he gets to the hotel and he's talking to her, saying Dad's dead, and of course she's not really acting. She don't give a damn. But she brings up, yeah, I caught him when you were a child. You don't remember. So the jury is still out on if she's lying about that or not. I hope she isn't, but like I was stating last episode, when Franklin was at home and Hakeem busted in there with the gun, and he was like, what did she say? I abused her, sexually abused my son. She's crazy. And I was like, why would that come to your mind? So I'm leaning towards Naomi's telling the truth. But I have to kind of look at you sideways, Naomi, because if your husband was molesting your son as a child, why didn't you leave then? Didn't they recently get divorced? I got to go back and maybe see the first few episodes because I think they recently got divorced and their son is grown. He's like, what, a sophomore in college or something like that. So yeah, if that really happened, why did you stay? I'm not trying to be judgmental, but with him having all that money, you could have divorced him and took some money and went on with your son, and had his ass locked up. So John calls Tiffany And he's like, hey, trying to have small talk at first. And I don't blame Tiffany for having an attitude because, like, boy, what do you want? She got to pay this man alimony. They're divorced. Their child is grown. So it's kind of like, what do you want? Like, so he tried to lead with, your friend and the girl at the bar. And Tiffany was like, look, that's none of my business, which is not. And so we get into when she mentions alimony, because she said that's the only time I deal with you is once a month during that, whatever. This fool gonna holler out, yeah, I'm taking you to court. I feel like you need to pay me more because I seen them houses you've been buying on your website. Sir, I didn't know you had to pay people alimony if your child was grown. I guess that's different than child support. But it's like, dude, why don't if I feel like if she's making money like that, why are you still bartending? Why don't you take that money and like go to school for something so you can at least make some more? I don't know. But Tiffany told that ass off. She hung up, then called back, and she was like, "Yeah, you're mad because you saw me with that lawyer. He's fine. He's sexy. I don't even have to pay him." And the part that had me rolling was she called that man a stupid fucking bitch. It's like, I'm sorry, but that's how you acting. Like, dude, what you look like talking about some, I'm taking you to court to get some more money. Why don't you find a better job? I could I could understand if their child was underage and living with him and he was the custodial parent. Okay, I totally get it. But your son is in college. Sir, no. That's why you got called a bitch. Um, Let me see here. I already expressed I don't really care for Grayson's girlfriend. It was something about the way she was like, well, let's see what she wants. Like she was expecting to get some money or something. You should not be that giddy about speaking with his mom because you saw how she treated you when you met her. I wouldn't be one to deal with her if I was a girlfriend. Excuse me. So poor Bridget done got wrapped up in Calvin's bullish. She goes outside. She on her way to work. She got horror spray paint on her car, some Bible quotes, die. And then as soon as she comes up there and look, Calvin's wife comes walking up. Oh, what happened to your car? And then to make it even worse, because she is totally not messing with Calvin. Everybody's saying that he likes her, but she's not messing with him. She ain't too long quit messing with Vaughn. Calvin pulls up at the scene. Like, dude, you making it work. You really making it seem like something is going on. Why are you pulling up to her house early in the morning? And so she goes off on Calvin, it as she should, and ends up getting a ride from, I think it was Tiffany. Yeah, she calls Tiffany for the ride home. And that's crazy. That's why y'all getting a divorce, girl. Um, what was the next? What I got on here? Kelly walks in the bed. Oh, did I say I don't like their daughter or son, Rashida and Jeff? Their kids are just, the girl thinks she's the damn mama. Like, you need to calm the hell down. So she walks up in there in the morning because she missed the school bus. And Rashida still got on the dirty red wig and she got her back turned. So the daughter's like, oh, who is that? You're cheating on mom. Took a glass of water and poured it on her. And Rashida jumped up like, what's going on? And then the little girl's walking out like, ew, this is so gross. Well, maybe you should knock and wait till somebody answers the door before you go busting up in people's rooms. Like, girl, I do not like her. I don't like the way she talks to her parents. She thinks she's the mom of the house. She is so annoying. But I do want to say this, though. Rashida, she looks really good in that red wig. Like, that looked really good on her. Like, seriously. I know Latoya Luckett has been rocking the short blonde, platinum blonde finger wave for a minute, but she looks good with long hair too. You know, for those of us, I mean, she's pretty, period. But I'm just saying, like, that red wig really looked good on her. Like, it didn't look ratchet or nothing like how you would think a red wig would look. Because it's not like, for those of you that haven't seen the show, which I'm sure you have, but it's like a red, not like an Auburn red or a natural red. You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, that's what you get, you little grown ass little girl. You should have stayed outside the bedroom. Can't stand her. So Tiffany asked Javon for help against her ex-husband, and he's like, oh yeah, don't even worry about it. I don't even understand why John is doing that. Like, it really is giving you were jealous that you saw her out with another man, so now you want to take some money. Like, that's why you got called a bitch. I'm sorry. So the last scene, Geneva. Now I'm about to get into Geneva's butt. Geneva shows up to the church, still got blood on her from stabbing William. And Myron's out, and she's like, get Rashida, please. Like, she can't walk out the car herself and get into the church. So he runs in there like somebody died. And Rashida and Bridget run out to the car where Geneva is. And they're like, oh my God, you okay? Let's call 911. Geneva's like, no. She goes, I forgot if she said he hit me first or if she said I stabbed him first. But she says he hit me. And it's like, yeah, he hit you after you done threw 3 vases at him, slapped him 2 or 3 times. Like, the way she said it made it seem like he just hauled off and hit her. Like, they were just arguing, he just hauled off and hit her. Girl, at that point, he was fighting for his life. You could have, if she would have thrown a vase hard enough at his temple, he could have died. So what are you talking about? Yeah, he hit you. I don't condone violence of especially men hitting women, but if if your life is in danger, by all means, swing at her. Okay. That chivalry stuff kind of ends when you fighting for your life. And what else did I write on here? And then she says, I walked on him with a prostitute. They were having sex. That's a lie. You didn't see them having sex. You saw them on the couch putting on their clothes. You don't know what they did. They could have been digging in each other's drawers and got off like that. Like, you did not see them having sex. You saw them on the couch fully dressed, or at least getting dressed. So she's trying to paint this picture like, oh my God, I walked in on my husband having sex with a prostitute. We got into an argument and he put his hands on me. I'm like, see, girl, that's why you're in the situation you're in now, because you low down. And I really hope that Javon truly does not try to get back with her. Like, even if her and William divorce, I really hope he go on about his business, because she's too damn much. If you see how she is with her husband, do you think she's going to be good with you? I understand that's 2 different people, but Geneva's too much. And like I said, she is the villain of the show. But I can't wait till Wednesday. I've got to see. Now, she told them that William is dead. She doesn't know that either, because she walked out while he was still on the floor in pain. I don't feel like William's dead. And again, I don't feel like Franklin's dead. And I think the last episode of this season is going to reveal all that. Shout out to my 210 subscribers. Shout out to the rest of you as well who are not subscribed. But you know you can by hitting that button for me. Don't cost you nothing but a second of your time. My goal is to get 1,000 subs at the end of this year. So please help me reach that goal. Peace and blessings to every last one of you watching. Until next time.